Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be telling you guys about my top 5 favorite, and in my opinion, best Vice City Easter eggs within Grand Theft Auto 5. So, a few days ago was the first day of spring. It's getting super warm. I know a lot of you guys are on spring break right now, and I figured that would be a really cool time to kind of go back and look at some of the coolest Vice City Easter eggs. And I've never really covered any of the biggest Vice City Easter eggs in a video, and there's also kind of a brand new one thanks to a recent Grand Theft Auto Online DLC that I'd like to hash over a little bit more. So those elements have inspired me to make this video. Should be a pretty cool one, so without the way, let's get it started. Okay, so you may have seen these really cool posters in downtown Vinewood, but you might not have known what they were. So right in front of one of the clothing stores as well as one of the haircut places, there are these two posters. And one of the posters is for an advertisement for Vinewood Sports LS. And on the left is a photo of a girl, and that is actually Tony from Vice City and Vice City Stories. If you guys don't know, Tony is actually the host of Flash FM, which was one of the radio stations in Vice City, as well as Vice City Stories. So that's pretty cool. She was one of the most charismatic characters, I guess you could say, in the game, and her chatter on the radio was always super cool if you remember Vice City. So that is actually a pretty awesome reference to her. And on the right, you'll notice another image. I think this one is advertising like a director's cut of something, but what's important is the girl in the backdrop. It's kind of faded, but that is the Vice City girl, the iconic Vice City girl, which I'll show you guys on the screen right now. So that is pretty awesome that Rockstar literally put two Vice City references side by side, one being the radio host of Flash FM and another being the extremely iconic Vice City girl. You know, like every Grand Theft Auto game has a girl that's like super iconic. Grand Theft Auto 5 has the beach selfie girl. Well, Vice City was the girl in the bathing suit holding like the little martini glass or whatever. So that's her, and she appears on that billboard. So I think that's a super cool reference to some awesome Vice City women. So I thought that was super sweet. All right, Easter egg number 2 is actually what I think is a direct reference to Lance Vance. Now, if you don't know who Lance Vance is, he was one of the funniest and coolest characters in Vice City, and spoiler alert, also at the end, turns out to be the bad guy and the antagonist. And Lance Vance's style was like this all-white suit with some purple underneath Oxford shirts, so he was very much 80s attire. And if you go into any ammunition store with a gun range, you'll notice that there's two images. One is behind the counter, and there's another one which we'll look on a little bit later on, and they very closely resemble Lance Vance. You can see the characters in there are wearing a white suit, or the character in that photo is wearing some sort of all-white suit with some crazy glasses on and some very, like, you know, intense clothing underneath. So that looks very similar to Lance Vance. And also on the photo that's kind of on the wall, which you can see right now, I'll kind of have the side by side so you can see what these two characters look like. And I think that's Lance Vance. Other YouTubers, including my good friend Zach Cox TV, have stated that, you know, that is Lance Vance. So I think that that's pretty awesome. He was one of my favorite characters in the game, and it was really sad to see him have to be the antagonist at the end. But nonetheless, it looks like the guys at the ammunition store are paying a tribute to one of Vice City's favorite characters. So I thought that was awesome also. All right, up next, I want to talk to you guys about the origins of Cherry Popper. So recently, you guys might have obviously known Cherry Popper from one of the liveries that can be found on the faction donk. I think it's one of the coolest ones added in the game, and a lot of people surprisingly don't know the origins of the Cherry Popper. And if you guys don't know, it's actually an ice cream company from Vice City and Vice City Stories. That's where it was founded. So I thought that that was pretty cool, and it was rehashed, obviously, with the faction donk being added in the game, but there's also multiple references around the map. Obviously, you can find them in any, I think, gas station or convenience store. There'll be like a Cherry Popper ice cream little thing that you can look at. You obviously can't get any, but I thought that that was pretty cool. And also, underneath one of these subway stations, there is a giant Cherry Popper poster that says "Always on Top," and it's pretty cool and it's pretty colorful. A lot of people didn't know where the Cherry Popper ice cream company originated from, It was a property you could buy in Vice City, and you could do ice cream missions. I kid you not. It was one of the coolest things ever to do in Vice City, and it makes for a pretty awesome livery in game, as well as some pretty epic billboards also. So I just wanted to rehash on that because I'm sure a lot of people might have just assumed that Rockstar created the Cherry Popper ice cream company for the faction dock, but that's not the case. It's been in the Grand Theft Auto franchise for a long time now, so I thought that was pretty cool and a nice reference for Rockstar to do in the latest DLC. All right, up next is actually the BJ Smith Recreation Center and Park. So this is like a recreation center. I believe you drop Lamar off here at one of the missions. It's pretty much like a basketball court and just like a little park to hang out at. And the sign up front says the BJ Smith Recreation Center and Park. And their logo is a football that kind of forms into a tree, an American football or rugby ball that forms into a tree. And you guys might not know this, but BJ Smith was actually a character, although a very minor character, in Grand Theft Auto Vice Cities. And in that game, he was a football player. He was a linebacker or a tight end, I think. So that's pretty cool. It looks like BJ Smith, after Vice City and after his football playing days, made his way to Los Santos and founded this recreation center and park. So I thought that was a really awesome and a really cool reference. And if you didn't play a lot of the missions in Vice City, you might have known that BJ Smith was indeed a character that appeared in there, but was also a football player as well, which would kind of indicate why the logo is a football as well as a tree growing on top of that. So I thought that was pretty unique and very awesome. All right, and last but not least, we're going to be taking a look at an Easter egg that references a pretty cool location from GTA Vice City. So I believe this can be found on any public phone. However, I'm using the one located like pretty much right outside of Benny's Original Motorworks. And if you zoom in on the phone, or if you like go into your camera app, or you take a sniper rifle, you should see that on the right side there are two stickers for the Pole Position Adult Lounge. And the logo is of a girl in a bathing suit with a checkered racing flag wrapped around her. And this is an advertisement for the Pole Position Adult Lounge, which is pretty much like a strip club slash nightclub that you can buy in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. In fact, I think it was like the first club that you could buy in that game. So I think it was a pretty special reference to that club. And it was pretty cool, obviously, in GTA Vice City. So I love the fact that Rockstar is giving them a quick little mention in Grand Theft Auto 5 right here. So I don't know how those stickers made their way to Los Santos. Obviously, someone would have had to have them in Vice City, brought them to Los Santos, and put them on that telephone pole. But nonetheless, that's a pretty small but pretty awesome reference to one of the coolest places in GTA Vice City. So anyways, that's all the Vice City Easter eggs that we're going to be looking at today in this video. Let me know if I missed one or you guys found a better one in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys there. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.